Hello. Now I have a new, very liberating message. So I bless it for it to touch your heart, maybe in a deeper way. And I will begin this message with an open question. What if not trusting or not having faith in life, in universe or God is actually the worst thing that could happen? What if that is already the case? Because if you really look deep into it, you can see that all the tribulations, all the suffering comes from our alienation from what I call here this God or universe or life, that reality that includes everything, that is everything. So, if there is only one existence and infinite existence, then its fundamental nature must be all-inclusive love, never-ending support and benevolence. So, when you realize that the worst already happened in our humanity, when we lost that faith, that trust in life, then you can enjoy. Woohoo! You can enjoy the ride, because from now on, the only relevant way is just to grow the tree of that trust, of that faith, which eventually grows into a tree of knowingness, into that enlightened state of pure awareness, pure knowingness, and seeing only that divine perfection, that divine love, which you also embody. So we no longer need to build up more negative stories on top of that worst, which already happened or sometimes happens when you feel that lack of trust, lack of faith, fear, or that resistance, againstness. So when those contractive feelings comes up, which contracts your perspective, you can see that it is not about true reality. It is actually the messages, those contractive feelings is messages that you are holding on to, those views, those perspectives that are contradicting the actual truth of that divine benevolence, of that universal love. And then you can use that lack of trust, lack of faith, and all the spectrum of negative emotions as the dark soil. And yes, the more suffering you experience, the more potent that soil is. And you are using that as a soil to grow that tree of trust, faith, knowingness, love. That universal love, unconditional love, adaptable, evolving, infinite love. So you are untying those fancy words as love, kindness, from all the narratives, all the conditioning, all the limited human-based experiences about those really divine and much more vast qualities. That is that love and kindness, benevolence, goodness. It has really no real boundaries. So I encourage you to face that darkness, not avoid those negative sensations. Don't avoid your suffering, because then nothing really essentially will change. So do the opposite. Face that inner darkness with sharp awareness to see through those sensations, those perspectives, those frightening illusions. See through that shadow play. And you will see that display all of those perspectives which are based on fear and lack of trust has no real foundation, has no ultimate logic. Yes, the more you investigate it, the more you will see that it has no sense. It only feels real when we are not investigating it, when our minds are sleeping. When we are asleep in that avoidance and so on, in that toxic positivity and so on. So, yes, and when you will see what deeper truth all of those negative beliefs are hiding, and that truth of love and kindness is truly stable, much more vast than anything bad we can imagine. You can imagine much more ways to be creatively positive. You can find that divine-based positivity, which includes all the negativity, and again, then you can creatively use it, as I shared that example about soil for growth. So you will see that falsity behind that perspective that somehow something bad will happen. If you truly start to trust and have faith 100% in your life, in God, which is everywhere, and when you allow yourself to follow your heart, really do what really feels most true in each moment and in your life. When you start to really appreciate your life each day that you have been granted here, and when you notice that obviousness of truth on how much supported you are in each moment, you are breathing, and how many processes and connections you have in this life, in this world, in the themes you explore, this video and so on. How vastly you are loved, how vastly you are supported, and how vastly also you support others in various ways. So yeah, see that divine perfection in everything, and also see that it has no end, and there is always space to evolve it, to express it, and spread it, and grow it in this dream of life. So make it really lucid, this dream, and enjoy. Because love and joy is the whole point for all this crazy diversity that we are experiencing from moment to moment. So again, to conclude this sharing, the worst has already happened. And yes, it is about the root, not about consequences. The worst is in the root of that negative belief. That says that life is against you. All life is always at our side. There is only one infinite, eternal God, and there is nothing against it, and it is never truly against itself. It cannot be. It of course gives to itself this wonderful gift of free will to imitate those experiences. But yeah, it is only dreamed experiences. It is only temporary nightmares, and there is so much love that we are allowed to explore those nightmares however we want. However long we believe we need those experiences, because all of those experiences doesn't change that underlying divine grace that also supports those themes of exploration. And that divine grace is always available, always opened. So step in and welcome home. Much love.